Hare Krishna. So we are continuing second chapter 47th verse. Karmani ivadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetur bhur mate sangostu akarmani. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Purport. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Prescribed duties are activities enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. Capricious work means actions without the sanction of authority, and inaction means not performing one's prescribed duties. The Lord advised that Arjuna not be inactive, but that he perform his prescribed duty without being attached to the result. One who is attached to the result of his work is also the cause of the action. Thus, he is the enjoyer or sufferer of the result of such actions. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they can be fitted into three divisions, namely routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of the scriptural injunctions without desire for results is action in the mode of goodness. Work with results becomes the cause of bondage. Therefore, such work is not auspicious. Everyone has his proprietary right in regard to prescribed duties, but should act without attachment to the result. Such disinterested obligatory duties doubtlessly lead one to the path of liberation. Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the result. His non participation in the battle is another side of attachment. Such attachment never leads one to the path of salvation. Any attachment, positive or negative, is cause for bondage. Inaction is sinful. Therefore, fighting as a matter of duty was the only auspicious path of salvation for Arjuna. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोविष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सर्गजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुवेव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते संकर्षणदासतिकारिणीति नामिने नमो व्यवपादनुगप्रेममूर्ति कृपत्मने गौरदेश विकसातोत्तम भक्तिवर्षिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हरे कृष्णा. So here Krishna is mentioning in this verse that we will read the translation once again. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Generally, people mention this verse in the context or in terms of trying to prove that they have to engage in their prescribed material duties and cannot take up bhakti so seriously or become some sannyasi or something like that, of that sense. But what Krishna is saying here is you have right to perform a prescribed duty. Okay, so first thing is we have to understand what is our prescribed duty, and then what he says, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. You're not entitled. So if we are remaining attached to the fruit of a particular activity, then we are, that is not what Krishna is asking us to do. But mostly, most of the people who are ignorant of this transcendental knowledge are engaged in sense gratification, which is you perform your XYZ activity in the name of duty, and you have to, you are attached to the result of that activity. So because of being attached to the result, they are actually kind of disobeying this instruction. So here Krishna clearly mentions that one can perform a prescribed duty if one is a Kshatriya. For example, in case of Arjuna, he is a Kshatriya. So he is a Kshatriya, so he has to do his prescribed duty of fighting the battle on religious principles. But you're not entitled to fruits. Don't be attached to the result of the war or result of the battle. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. So Arjuna being either, in fact Arjuna was attached to not doing his duty. So being attached to doing one's duty and being attached to the result of one's activity, or being attached to not doing one's duty, the both the cases are binding us in the cycle of birth and death. They are keeping us entangled in this material world. So the proper understanding of this verse is that one performs prescribed duty, but one should not be attached to the result. Puppet. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Prescribed duties are what? Those activities which one has acquired, which one is supposed to do as per the modes of nature they are in. For example, if somebody is a housewife or somebody is married and has kids, so she cannot artificially say that, okay, I am into bhakti now, I am not going to take care of family, I am not going to do it, I just give up everything and just go out in the forest or something of that sense. That is not the proper understanding of this thing. If one is a housewife or has a family, so she can take care of the family, but seeing every member of the family as part and parcel of the Lord, as in a mood of giving them service in order to bring them closer to Krishna. Not in the sense that, okay, he's my husband, she's my child, or they are my parents or in-laws, or they are my relatives. Not of that sense, but Krishna is, as per my conditioning, Krishna has put me under this situation, has given me all these XYZ in the name of people, in the name of relatives who are actually eternal servants of Krishna. So now I have to serve them in a way, or whatever my interaction with them and everything should be in such a way, in line with it should be such that it will inspire them to go closer to Krishna. So that should be the mood. And this is prescribed duty. And then comes capricious work. What is capricious work? Means those activities which is not sanctioned by the authority, like stealing or some kind of criminal activity, some kind of wrong activity. And inaction means what? You're not doing your prescribed duty. The second one was what? Capricious work means you're doing something but you're doing the wrong thing, opposite thing. And inaction is what? You're not doing your, like somebody is very lazy and not interested to look for to study or something. If somebody is a student, is very lazy, not interested to look for any job, any engage his time in studying or anything, at the same time is not in one sense in the mode of ignorance. The Lord Now, when Arjuna was wanting to be inactive, that means Arjuna was wanting to give up the battle and go to the forest and be a mendicant and so on. So then the Lord did not approve that decision of Arjuna. So he wanted Arjuna to perform his prescribed duty, but because what Arjuna was doing, he was thinking of the result. Okay, if everybody will be dead, all my friends, he gives the different reasons in the first chapter why he is not willing to fight. So among them, there are reasons like, if everybody is going to die anyways, then with whom will I share the victory? With whom will I show my victory? With whom I will enjoy this victory. So he was in one sense attached to thinking about the result. But what Krishna is trying to mention here is mentioning here is that you do your part. Don't be worried about the result. In our day-to-day life also we see, as student or as professionals, sometimes it so happens like the students, they are very much worried about the result, and because of that worry they're not able to study, as well as they are not able to appear the exam very well. So one shouldn't be attached to the results. We should not be worrying about the results. We do our part, and whatever result has to come, it will come. Similarly, in case of professionals or in case of any phase of life, in family also and things, we keep expecting, or we are keep thinking about the result too much, which kind of inhibits our giving our full 100% to the activity itself. And then Krishna also mentions, the purport, Srila Prabhupada also mentions that if we are attached to the result, then we become the enjoyer, the sufferer. We have to suffer or enjoy the reactions of the particular activity. If you have done something good, then you have to come back to enjoy its result, and you have done something bad, then you have to come back to suffer the results. Now then Prabhupada also mentions, when it comes to prescribed duties, they are also categorized into three. What are they? The routine work, the day-to-day routine activities, emergency work, and desired activities. So what is routine work? It's an obligation. You do obligation in terms of scriptural injunctions without desire for result, is action in the mode of goodness. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of scriptural injunctions without desire for result in is action in the mode of goodness. Work with results becomes the cause of bondage, therefore such work is not auspicious. So again the same point is coming, that whatever is given in the scriptures. Now routine work means you have to, for example, for a devotee, routine work is, what is routine work? You get up early in the morning, take bath, perform mangalati, chant your rounds, offer bhoga, have prasadam, and so on. It goes on. So that is kind of routine work, which is as per the scriptures one is doing, and is not or if a mundane person is also doing some routine activities, without performing it as in terms of a duty, but not being attached to the too much to the results. But practically, if we see in the material activities, we are even in the mode of goodness, one has attachments. So only when we come to transcendental platform, or when we come to Krishna consciousness, then we can understand or try to apply at least what is this performing your duty without attachment. So that actually we can practically understand and apply it in our day-to-day life only in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, materially, from the material point of view, whatever activity you do, there is attachment. Some kind of attachment or some kind of expectation is always there. So, and apart from that, then after that Prabhupada mentions that Arjuna was advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the result. So when he was not willing to fight, so that is also a kind of attachment to not fight the battle. So any kind of attachment one has to give up. Even in the fourth chapter 30, if I remember correctly, fourth chapter 39th verse, Krishna says, fourth chapter is transcendental knowledge. Krishna says, Shraddhaval labhate jnanam tatpara samyatendriya jnana labdha param shantim achirenadhi gacchati. Its meaning is a faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace. So, first of all, one has to be a very faithful person in Krishna consciousness, in this path of bhakti. One has to be a faith, one has to have faith that yes, if I'm just being Krishna conscious, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. Strong faith, who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and subdues the senses, who is very dedicated to transcendental knowledge, to this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all instructions of the Lord, and he subdues his senses. So this is very important. Only then one will be able to achieve such knowledge. So this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita we can actually understand in the sense we can actually now we are trying to understand from our own effort by hearing, by reading and so on. But as it is said, this knowledge is actually revealed within the heart. So that point will come only when we are able to, along with being faithful and being dedicated to this knowledge, we have to also subdue our senses. That means we have to give up sense gratification, and only then, having achieved it quickly, only then one can understand this knowledge and thus attain supreme spiritual peace. So this is very important, that giving up the sense gratification part. So here Arjuna, in case of Arjuna, he was his attachment to give up the battle was a kind of sense gratification, because he wanted to do it. He wanted to, he gave his own reasons why he wants to do it, but the only what is given more priority is what Krishna wants, because that is the whole dharma means what Krishna wants. Sanatan dharma, or dharma, actual dharma of a living entity is to act, speak, think, speak and act in a way that is pleasing to Guru and Krishna. So Krishna is mentioning, Krishna is directly there on the battlefield with Arjuna, and he's asking him to fight the battle. So that's all. Whatever Krishna says, we'll do that. So that is the mood of a devotee, and we will see this in the 18th chapter. After the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, and then Arjuna inquired so many things in the Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna explained him accordingly. And then what happens? Krishna in the 18th chapter asks that, okay, now I have explained you everything. You think about it and you do whatever you want to do. He's not forcing. This is 18.63rd verse. Iti te jnanam akhyatam guhyataram maya vimrashaitad ashishena yathechasi tatha kuru. Yathechasi tatha kuru. So whatever you like, you do it. And what is Arjuna's response to that? Arjuna responds in 18 chapter 73rd verse. What he says? Arjuna Uvacha Nashtamoha, all my, what is destroyed, all my moha, illusion, all my illusion is gone. Smriti Labdha, now I have regained my memory. Tat Prasadan Mayachuta, by your mercy, O Achyuta, O Lord Krishna. Stitosmi gata sandeha. Stitosmi gata sandeha. What is that? Now I am properly situated, free from all doubts. Gata sandeha. All doubts are removed. Karishye vachanam tava. I'll do what you order me to. Karishye, I will do, execute. Vachanam, whatever you order me. Tava, your. So Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt and am prepared to act according to your instructions. Karishye vachanam tava. So 18.60 18.63 is where Krishna is asking. So I have told you, no, he's saying that I have given you all this confidential knowledge. Now you deliberate on this and you do whatever you wish to do. And in 73, Arjuna is replying that yes, all my illusion, everything is gone now. By your mercy, I have regained my memory. So I will do. I'm completely free from all kind of doubt and I'm firm and fixed and will do whatever you want me to do or you instruct me to do. So this is actual devotee. So unless we come to this point of in similar way, telling Krishna that yes, I will do what you instruct me to do. No, we put aside all our sense gratification, all mental speculation and everything. Just be focused on what Krishna wants us to do. When we come to that point, then we are actually devotees. Right now we are like yes no, we are just most of the time we are in Maya and little bit Krishna while chanting, maybe even while chanting mind is roaming all over the world. So practically our chanting is also not very well. So our Krishna conscious is on a very risky platform right now in neophyte stage, but we have to come to this point of how Arjuna is in the 18th chapter. What was Arjuna's response? Now all my doubt, illusion, everything is gone, and now I will do what? So we have to come to that platform of telling to Krishna from our side also that okay, now I'm very sure about I'm very clear about my duty, no actual duty. So I will do whatever you have instructed me to do. So that is how it should be. And also if we see actual duty, what is actual prescribed duty? Actual prescribed duty is what? Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnera Nitya Das. Why before we try to relate ourselves with the relatives, with the, because in our present body we have certain living entities who have come as our relatives, but in our previous life we had a different kind of body and we had some other different living entities who were our so-called relatives, and in the previous life similarly some other living entities were our relatives. So if we just think our prescribed duty is to serve my family, my friends, do my job and all these things, these are all relative. So actual prescribed duty is I am a living entity, I am a Jivatma. So what is Jivatma? From where does it come? What is its origin? Jivatma is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of God. And living entity, the soul is the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So if I am part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, just like I have my hand. So my hand is a part and parcel of my body. So when I want to eat something, the hand will take that food item and will put it into my mouth. So I just think about it and the hand does whatever it is supposed to do. So the hand is serving the body, serving the whole entity. Similar way, we the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna, so we are supposed to serve Krishna, and that is our actual identity, or that is our actual dharma. The actual dharma of the living entity is Jivara Swarupoy Krishnera Nitya Das. Krishna is Nitya Das of Krishna, and therefore we are supposed to give him all service to his full satisfaction. To his, of course, Krishna is Atmaram, he doesn't need our service, but still he has a free will to choose how he wants to enjoy, and therefore he has brought us into existence, or from we are all emanations from the Supreme Lord, and as part and parcel, when we serve him, then we will be pleasing the Supreme Lord by this, in this way, and that itself will please ourselves also, because when the hand is providing the food to the mouth, no, the food goes to the belly, so belly is satisfied, then the whole body, even the hand, is going to be satisfied, will get the nourishment and be satisfied. Similar way, when we please Krishna, then all living entities, I mean we ourselves, first of all we ourselves will also be satisfied. So I will stop here.